You know, more and more people are coming to recreate outdoors every year. The National Park Service has 300 million people each year. If those people were to leave a trace of their visit, the impact of the land would be enormous.
We're leaving such a mark on the land. The integrity of the wildlands is compromised.
My responsibility, basically, is also to be a steward of the land, the places that I enjoy, too.
It's a legacy we pass on, and each of us can take care of it no matter where we are.
It's an ethic or an attitude you have towards your surroundings and how you take care of it.
Part of it is having a passion for the wilderness and the backcountry.
It comes down to a very conscious effort of making good judgments, being aware of how you can individually minimize any potential impacts to the land.
Because you know it's nice and you want it to be that way. Wouldn't it be nice for it to be that way for the next person?
Leave No Trace is really sort of thinking about the future, not tomorrow, the day after tomorrow.
It's a chance to do my part to take care of the outdoors.
Planning ahead and preparing is a really key part to leaving no trace in the backcountry.
If you plan ahead and prepare, and you plan to minimize your impacts.
Even if you have a tremendous land ethic, if you fail to plan your trip properly, can force the most experienced person into making bad decisions.
Because what you do before you leave home will guarantee the success or failure of that particular trip.
When you're traveling in the backcountry, it's very important that you're aware of your surroundings and what you're hiking on.
Whether you're canoeing or backpacking or walking up a trail, you're going to be interfacing with the ground, and that can have some trampling potential.
Vegetation in many of our areas is getting hammered.
Impacts in the outdoors are individual and they're cumulative.
It's not just their footprint, but it's the thousands of prints that will come after them.
We can have a lot of trampling effect where we camp. You know, we have where we cook, we have where we sleep, we have where we maybe put our backpacks. But in general, if we concentrate our use in those durable areas, we will leave no trace.
The ethic is, leave the area better than you found it.
Because it really challenges users to get out there and take everything out that they brought in. To draw the line and say, hey, I brought it, I'm going to take it out with me. Because these wildlands are important enough to me that I can't leave anything.
It was implausible to me almost that people would feel that it was okay to leave the trash there.
Human waste, what we do with it, can be one of the biggest impacts that we can make out there. It's a social impact, it can be a disease impact, it can be a water quality impact. All too many of us have seen plenty of toilet paper spread around the backcountry and the stuff that goes with it. One of the principles of Leave No Trace is to leave what you find, and that means that everything that you find out there in the backcountry, whether it's plants and rocks and sometimes artifacts, it needs to stay there. They're part of the historic context, they're part of the natural context of what's going on in the backcountry. And it may look pretty nifty on your shelf at home, but it really belongs in the environment from where it came. That's where it derives its power.
But campfires are a very enjoyable thing. But you really have to think about what are the regulations? And then even if a campfire is allowed, you have to look at soil conditions, fire danger, where is the wood going to come from? If you are going to have a fire, there are several different leave no trace techniques.
Going into the backcountry with the expectation that you're going to enjoy the resource as it is, enjoy the night sky and the night sounds, and just rethink the idea of having a campfire. Is it really necessary, or are there alternatives that you can use to enjoy the nighttime of the areas you're visiting?
All wild creatures deserve a chance to function in a normal, natural way.
This is their habitat. I think we should go to extra measures to be sure that we don't disturb their natural behavior.
And it's well known that feeding animals human-type food can habituate them to human activities, cause them to lose their fear of humans. If any creature loses its fear of humans, it's quite more likely to meet with some sort of ill fate. So it's best to enjoy wildlife at a distance.
What you do not just affects your particular trip, but everybody else who comes.
We need to be conscious of our sound, of our visibility. Most people, when they go in the outdoors, don't do it to see a bunch of folks.
Just because it's the one weekend a year they're taking advantage of that place doesn't mean that every weekend of the year there aren't other people in there.
So to the degree that you can be unobtrusive, to the degree that you can get out of sight of other people and out of sound, that helps us all enjoy the backcountry without the knowledge and the appearance that there are a whole lot of folks visiting at any one time.
Leave no trace is important to me because it helps to maintain the integrity of our wildlands.
Backcountry is pretty real. That's one of the neat things about it. The consequences of our actions are very real.
And that's where Leave No Trace comes in. It tries to heighten an ethic.